Hollywood. Hollywood.
Been living in Los Angeles for a year and a half, and I work in Barnes & Noble and make YouTube videos. Where do the YouTubers hang out? They don't hang out in coffee shops. The only people that hang out in coffee shops in LA are people writing screenplays. Anyway, La La Land is the third film from Damien Chazelle. Damien Chazelle. This is following his highly acclaimed film Whiplash, which was one of my favorite movies of 2014. If you haven't seen Whiplash, you need to see Whiplash. I was really happy to see that this movie was stylistically and tonally completely different from Whiplash. In fact, this is a movie that he apparently has been wanting to make for years. His first movie had some musical sequences in it, but this was his dream, to make a big Hollywood musical, and it paid off. La La Land is a big, old-school Hollywood musical in a style that, honestly, does not get made nowadays. There are musicals, but they're more in the vein of Broadway, and while a lot of people love these Broadway-style musicals, most of them don't really tend to work for me. I don't know, maybe I have a big stone where my heart should be. But this movie is obviously really going for a 1960s, 50s style of movie musical. There's a lot of throwbacks to Singing in the Rain, there's some throwbacks to American in Paris, other Gene Kelly movies. There's a scene that's almost a direct reference to The Bandwagon with Fred Astaire. Also some stylistic and story influences from Jacques Demy. There's even a little Alfred Hitchcock reference in there, which I really loved. The ultimate goal here is to create a bold, sincere type of movie musical, and in that regard, I think it absolutely succeeds. Ryan Gosling and Emma Stone are the two leads here as two artists in Hollywood trying to chase their dreams. It's kind of a movie cliche where they meet and they don't like each other at first, but then they fall in love. The story kind of floats on the charm of Ryan Gosling and Emma Stone for about the first half, that and the musical sequences. And I was kind of thinking, like, I'm enjoying this a lot, but this isn't necessarily something I haven't seen before. But then it's about halfway through that the story actually gets to be really interesting and much more real to life. The nostalgic warm glow that the movie kind of creates in the beginning starts to like chip away as the movie goes on. And yet it still remains extremely enjoyable throughout, where it kind of becomes this beautiful, bittersweet tale about love and chasing your dreams. The musical and dance sequences are a lot of fun. Ryan Gosling plays a piano player, and he actually did learn how to play all of the pieces on the piano that he plays in the movie, so that's really him playing, and it's actually really, really good. There's also some really fun dance sequences. Now, it's not necessarily to the style of like a Fred Astaire or Gene Kelly movie. Those guys were masters of their craft, and just to watch their movies was like a sight to behold. It was one of the wonders of the world. But it's clear everyone here gave their all for this production, and to be fair, there's not a lot of like leading men in Hollywood who can dance like Gene Kelly. Okay, there's none. There probably is none. I particularly loved the camera work in this movie. It's very flowy, it feels alive, and that's just like a general compliment to this movie. Just throughout the entire thing, it just felt so alive. Even if you're someone who doesn't necessarily like modern musicals, like I don't necessarily like most modern musicals, I still think you should give this movie a chance. I left the theater so happy, just so elated of what I'd just seen. It's a cliche now to say that the Oscars favor movies about movies in Hollywood, and usually I would agree. I hope Moonlight gets a lot of Oscar attention. If it wins Best Picture, that'd be great. But La La Land, I think, if it won, I wouldn't be upset either. See this movie on a big screen, see it in a nice theater, you will not regret it.